Hi, I'm Laurie Hernandez. Welcome to CIRQUE IT OUT, direct from Cirque du Soleil in Las Vegas. In this episode, we'll be working out with Kristina. She performs in Cirque's longest-running Las Vegas show, Mystère. Kristina performs 10 shows a week, week after week. That requires her to be in incredible shape. Kristina and performance conditioning specialist Artemis are ready to show everyone how to cirque up their workout. Ready to work out the Cirque way? Let's cirque it out.
Hey there, Kristina. Hey, Artemis.
Hi, Laurie.
Why don't you explain to us what we're doing today?
Absolutely. As a power track artist, Kristina requires both extreme athleticism and excellent acrobatic skills. Before someone is able to develop their acrobatic skills for power track, one must master efficient lower body movement and build the lower body strength required to successfully support the power and skill from the explosive and acrobatic component of power track. The purpose of today's workout is so that you master the lower body movements with load in order to build strength on top of an efficient movement pattern. Then from there, you will be able to build power on top of that lower body strength.
That sounds incredible. I'll leave it to both of you to cirque it out.
Before you start any workout, you want to make sure that you are cleared by your physician to do so. You also want to make sure that the workout is right for you. Before we start today's workout, I'm going to have Kristina go through a warm-up for movement prep and to prepare her central nervous system for the work that she's about to do. The first thing that I'm going to have Kristina start with is some belly breathing, otherwise called crocodile breathing. So I'm going to have Kristina just go ahead and lay on your stomach, and I'm going to have you lay flat on your stomach, hand over hand, forehead on your hand, and I'm going to have you inhale through your nose. Just relax, inhale through your nose, bring all of that air into your belly. You want to feel your belly press into the ground. Breathing helps to prepare your body for exercise. It helps to reset everything. Think about how stressed most people are as they're running through their day-to-day and how the breath can help them to relax. So Kristina, I'm just going to have you get one more breath here, and then what we're going to do is add some quad stretches to that breathing. So go ahead and pull your foot to your glute. Good, and then just relax your head down and give me 3 belly breaths here. Today's warm-up is gonna focus primarily on the lower body and hips because we'll be doing a lot of lower body work. Good, and after you get 3 breaths on this side, Kristina, I'm gonna have you switch to the other side and we'll just get quad stretch here, 3 breaths here, nice and relaxed. Just relax into that stretch. Good. Good. After you get 3 breaths here, Kristina, I'm gonna have you bring it to your hands and knees, and I'll have you go through some hands and knees rocking. So as Kristina goes through this hands and knees rocking, Kristina, can you just go ahead and tuck your toes underneath? So you're here, and just tuck your toes underneath this way. Good. And I'm just gonna have you rock all the way back into your heels and then come all the way forward. And this is gonna help Kristina warm up her hips, her knees, her ankles. Good, just going back and forth with those nice relaxed breaths. Just get 2 more here. When you do the hands and knees rocking, you want to get about 5 to 10. Good, and then I'm gonna have Kristina go ahead and stay here on your hands and knees, and then I'll have you go through some cat-cow tilts using your breath. So I want you to inhale, extend, and inhale, extend here, good, and look up, and then exhale, and then I want you to actively push the floor away with your hands around your back, good. So here in the cat-cow tilts, you want to get about 5 of these. So I'll have Kristina do a couple of more, and then we're going to take it to half kneeling. Good, let's just get 1 more here, Kristina. Good. All right, so now from here, I'm going to have Kristina go to half kneeling, right leg in front, left leg in back, and I'm just going to have her go through some hip rocks forward, warming up the hips, warming up those joints, preparing her lower body for the work that she's going to do. Good, so you want to get about 5 to the front. Good. And then from here, Kristina, I'm going to have you bring your right leg out to the side, and I just want you to rock to the side, keeping your chest square. Good, yep, just like that. Get about 5 here. And then from here, I'm gonna have Kristina go ahead and extend your right leg out, straight, hands in front, and then you're gonna rock back into your heels and then come all the way forward. Good, you should feel this nice little stretch in your inner thighs here and in your hips. So she'll get 5 in each direction, and then I'll have her switch to the other side. Great, let's have you switch to the other side. We'll just get a few reps on each side so that you're even. Making sure you do the same thing on each side. Yes, good. And after this, we'll take it to standing, and we have 2 things standing. Good. And let's have you bring that leg out to the side. Good, and rocking to the side. Notice how she keeps her chest square here, and she's moving into that foot laterally. Good. And then extending it out. And then here, her whole foot is on the floor as she rocks forward and back. Getting a nice stretch in her inner thighs and opening up her hips. Good, let's just get one more here. All right, and then let's bring it to standing. We'll do 2 more things here standing for the warm-up. So what I'm gonna have Kristina work through are prying goblet squats. So you wanna use a light kettlebell. This is a very light kettlebell. She's gonna hold it by the sides. She's gonna drop down into her squat. She's gonna bring her elbows to the inside of her knees. And once she's here, she's just gonna rock from side to side, opening up her hips. This little light weight helps to fire up her core and helps her to open up her hips a little bit more. And then after she gets a few rocks from side to side, I'm gonna have her bring it up standing, and then I'll have her go right back into that prying goblet squat. So she'll do about 5 of these. Good, opening up those hips, preparing her legs and her joints for exercise. Good, let's just get one more here, and we'll move on to our last movement prep. All right, good. So now from here, we're gonna put the kettlebell down, and I'm gonna have Kristina move into some hip hinges with the band. The band adds a little bit of resistance, just the way the light kettlebell added a little bit of resistance. So she's gonna step it forward so she has a little bit of give on the band. And then from here, she's gonna go into a hip hinge. Good, reaching her hips back, and then coming all the way up, pulling that band forward, and reaching those hips back and coming forward. So this helps to warm up the posterior chain. So warming up her glutes, her hamstrings, and her hips, whereas the prying goblet squat, that helped to warm up more of her squat movements, her knee dominant movements. Good, which you wanna get about 5 to 10 here. Good, all right. You feel all warmed up and ready to go, Kristina?
Yeah, ready to go.
All right,
ready to rock.
Good, excellent. For today's strength portion of the workout, we have 6 exercises. Those 6 exercises, I'm going to have you superset, so you pair up 2 at a time. So the first 2 that we're going to start with are the goblet squat and the hanging leg raise. I'm gonna have Kristina demonstrate the goblet squat. So she's going to use a kettlebell. If you don't have a kettlebell at home, you can use a dumbbell, or you can even, if you don't have any weights at home, you can just fill up a duffel bag or a purse. You want it to weigh about 10 to 20 pounds. So she picked up the kettlebell, she's holding it by the handles. She has her elbows close to her rib cage. She's squeezing her shoulder blades. She's going to drop down into her squat. Elbows come to the inside of her knees, and then she's gonna actively push the floor away with her feet to come up. Notice when she finishes her squat, she's squeezing her glutes, her quads are engaged, she has full hip and knee extension, so she's not leaving her hips behind you. Kristina, can you just go ahead and, yep, there you go, and drop right down, and then come back up. I'm gonna have Kristina do 3 at a little bit of a faster pace with just a pause of a count of 1 at the bottom. So go ahead, come down, pause for 1, and come up. And then drop down and come up. I'm gonna have you do 1 more here, Kristina. Good, and you can go ahead and put the kettlebell down. So when you go to do your set of squats, you wanna start with a set of 5, and then as they become easier and easier over the weeks, then you can build up to a set of 10. The next exercise that Kristina is going to demonstrate is the hanging leg raise. You wanna superset the hanging leg raise with the goblet squats that we just did. So you'll need, if you're at home, you'll need a pull-up bar at home, or maybe if you have a park next door to your house, you can use the jungle gym or monkey bars there. Or if you have a gym that you go to, you'll just use the pull-up bar there. So I'm gonna have Kristina come up, and she's gonna hang from the bar here. And what this exercise helps you to do is it helps you to build the upper body strength and endurance, and she's gonna bring her toes to the bar. What she's doing is she's actively pulling down on the bar with her arms and using her lats to help her to do that. And then she's using her abdominals to help to bring her toes to the bar. Now, if Kristina was able to get her toes all the way up to the bar, if you're not quite there yet, then you can just bring your legs to 90 degrees to the L-sit. So Kristina, can I have you demonstrate just to the L-sit, so just halfway. So you will benefit just by bringing your legs about halfway, even 45 degrees just before that 90, so just below your hips will also be beneficial. You'll really feel it in your lats here. This is a big back muscle that runs from your shoulder all the way down to your waist, and you'll also really feel it in your shoulders as well. So it helps you to build that upper body strength that you need to support yourself when you're going through power track and you're doing any of those front handspring or handspring type movements. It builds that shoulder strength, stability, and endurance. Now I'm gonna have Kristina demonstrate as well. If you don't have a bar at home, or you don't have a gym that you go to, or you don't have a park next to your house with a jungle gym, you can also do this on the floor if you have a secure piece of furniture at home. So I'm gonna have Kristina demonstrate how to do that. She's gonna grab hold, she's gonna lay on her back. She's gonna grab hold of this secure piece. This is securely fastened to the floor, and she's gonna bring her toes to behind her. So these are floor leg raises rather than hanging leg raises, and you're still working your upper body, your shoulders, your lats, and your abdominals, your core. So you can still get the same benefits if you don't have a bar to hang from at home. Nice. Thank you, Kristina. For the next two exercises in the strength portion of this workout, you're going to do a kettlebell deadlift and wall-assisted handstand holds. We'll start with the kettlebell deadlift. If you don't have a kettlebell at home, again, you can use a duffel bag or a suitcase, or you can use a purse. So what I'm gonna have Kristina do is start with the kettlebell on the ground first. So just go ahead and place the kettlebell down. Good. And then I'm gonna have her stand over the kettlebell so that the kettlebell lines up with the middle of her feet. And then from here, it's hard for you to figure out where your hip hinge is, what I'm gonna have Kristina do is demonstrate a hip chop. So Kristina, I'm gonna have you go ahead, take your hands and just go ahead and chop your hips so you can find that hip hinge. Awesome, great. So the hip hinge is different than the goblet squat that we just did. So from here, I'm gonna have Kristina reach for that kettlebell, and then from here, she has neutral spine, her hips are higher than her knees, and then her head and shoulders are higher than her hips. She's gonna come all the way up with that weight and finish her hips. And then when she hinges back over, she's gonna touch the bell to the ground for a brief pause, and then she's gonna bring it right back up. And then Kristina, go ahead and hinge over. Now from here, what I'm gonna have Kristina do, see how she's looking a little bit more straight ahead? I'm gonna have you look down on the floor a little bit more. There you go, perfect. You wanna have a nice natural extension in your neck when you go through the deadlifts. Now, Kristina has long limbs, but she has very good hip mobility. So she's able to reach all the way down to the ground with the kettlebell. If that is challenging for you, an option for you is to do a Romanian deadlift. So the Romanian deadlift, Kristina, what I'm gonna have you do is hinge over and just to your mid-shin. So just bring that kettlebell to mid-shin. So just let that kettlebell line up, the weight line up with mid-shin and not touch the ground, but you're still finishing the movement the same way. I'm gonna have Kristina just do two more here. So that's an option for you. We'll get one more. Good, and then just go ahead and hinge over, place the bell down safely, very nice. So with the kettlebell deadlift, you wanna start out with sets of 5 and build up to sets of 10. For the superset, you'll end up doing 3 rounds between the kettlebell deadlift and the wall-assisted handstand holds. So I'm gonna have Kristina move on to wall-assisted handstand holds. We don't have a wall here, but we're gonna use this, pretend this is a wall. So I'm gonna have Kristina kick up facing the wall, yep, into, there you go, and she's gonna rest her feet on the wall. So if you're doing wall-assisted handstand holds at home, you'll be close enough to the wall so that when you kick up onto your hands, you can just, your feet immediately rest on the wall. And then she's gonna hold this starting out for 15 seconds and then build up with increments of 5 seconds. Then maybe in 2 weeks, do 20 seconds. Then another 2 weeks, do 25 seconds. She'll superset this with the deadlift. You can go ahead and bring it down, Kristina. Good, so this is gonna help her to build that upper body strength and endurance in her shoulders, shoulder stability as well, because you'll see in Power Track, there are movements like front handsprings, right? So you're coming, even though you need that power from your lower body, you need to have that upper body strength to be able to go into the movements like the handsprings. So starting out with 15 seconds and then building up to 30 seconds. So you'll start with the deadlift for sets of 5 reps, move on to the wall-assisted handstand holds, and then go back to the deadlift and superset that for 3 rounds. For the last 2 movements in the strength portion of the workout, I'm gonna have you do side lunges and side planks. So this helps you to train a different plane of motion. The goblet squats and the deadlifts were in the sagittal plane, which is where we walk, it's like a walking plane, forward and back. The side lunges help you to train the frontal plane, and it also helps you, for your leg strength, it helps you to train your stabilizers, your inner and outer thighs, adductors and abductors, which is very important when you start to train power in your legs. You want to make sure that your stabilizers are strong and they can handle that power in your legs. So Kristina is going to demonstrate the side lunge. For the side lunge, you don't need any weight. You can just use your body weight. So what Kristina's gonna do, she's gonna start out with her toes pointed forward, her hips are square forward. She's going to step out with her leg, with her stepping leg. She bends this leg. I'm just gonna have her hold this position for a moment so you can see what's happening here. So she's sitting back in her hips, she's loading her glutes here. This leg is straight and her whole foot is on the floor. Now from here, she's gonna push off this foot and come back, feet together. Good, and go ahead and step out again for me. Good, and you notice her spine is also, she has neutral spine, but she's not completely folding forward. She just has a nice athletic lean as she steps into that side lunge. Good. And I'm gonna have Kristina do 3 more here, and then we'll switch to the other side. As you're going through your side lunges, you wanna start out with sets of 5 on each side and build up to sets of 10. And then once the sets of 10 become easy, then you can add on a little weight if you have a weight at home. I'm gonna have Kristina step out and go into side lunges on her other side. Good. And if you need to use your arms for balance, so Kristina has her arms on her hips, but for balance you can have them the way she had them before in front, or even extending them out in front of you straight. Good, helping for balance. Sometimes people find that the side lunges are much more challenging than they think that they're going to be. I'm gonna have Kristina do 2 more here, and then we'll move on to those side planks. Good. Nice job. So next, I'm gonna have you superset those side lunges with side planks. The side planks help you to train your core, they help you to build that core strength and stability, and it also helps you to build up that upper body strength as you support your body weight on your arm. So I'm gonna have Kristina demonstrate a forearm plank. So go ahead and bring it to the side here, Kristina, and she's gonna get into a forearm plank. Notice how her elbow is lined up with her shoulder. So her elbow is not in front of her shoulder or under her shoulder. Everything is nice in line here. And then from here, she has her feet stacked, and I'm gonna have her come up into that side plank and lift her hips up. Now, a few options here. If having your feet stacked is not available to you, then what you can do is, I'm gonna have Kristina bring her top leg in front. You can stagger your feet, and that will help to give you a little bit more balance in this position. In the side plank, you wanna start with 15-second holds and build up with 5-second increments. So say you do 15 seconds for 2 weeks, and then in week 3, you add on 5 more seconds for 20 seconds, and you want to build all the way up until you can do 30 seconds on each side. And you can go ahead and come out of that side plank. So what you'll do with the side plank, Kristina is strong, but you know, the artists get tired too. It does happen. There we go, we'll get the other side. What you want to do is superset the side lunges with the side planks, which means you'll do a set of side lunges, 5 on each side, and then you'll come into your side planks, 15 seconds on each side, and then you'll go forward until you complete 3 total rounds. Good, awesome. Nice job, Kristina. All right, and that concludes the strength portion of our workout today. High five. For today's workout, I'm gonna have you finish with a power circuit. You've already worked through all of your strength movements, building that strength in your lower body and even a little bit in your upper body, and now it's time to add that power. So the order is always movement, master that movement, build the strength, and then add the power. And we are doing power track after all, right, Kristina? Yes. All right, so for this power circuit, you have 4 exercises. You have your box jumps, we have kettlebell swings, we have single leg squats with a suspension trainer. You can always use rings if you don't have a suspension trainer. And then we also have some lateral skaters. You're gonna start out with 20-second work intervals and an equal work to rest ratio. So it'll be a 20-second rest interval as well. You're going to end up doing 5 rounds. 5 rounds of those 4 exercises will take you about 13 minutes to complete, so not long. But your goal during that work interval, during those 20 seconds, is to go all out power for as long as you can. You should be able to get all out power for those first 15 seconds or so, and then those last 5 seconds are just helping you to maintain and build up that endurance for after when you get tired, to keep going. So I'm gonna have Kristina start with the box jumps here, and she's gonna jump up onto the box. See how she landed nice and softly with control. So you wanna make sure that you don't slam onto the box. So she's landing very softly with control. She's using her core to lower her body with control from that explosive movement, and then she just steps off. So she's saving her power for the actual box jump by stepping off. So she'll go for 20 seconds here, jumping on and landing with control. That's one of the most important parts of the box jump, not just generating that power to explode up and come up onto the box, but also to learn how to land softly. Nice. So she'll do this for 20 seconds. We'll have her get one more. Good. And then she'll have 20 seconds to recover from this explosive effort, and then she's gonna move on to her kettlebell swing. So we're gonna have Kristina come over here and demonstrate the kettlebell swing. So for the kettlebell swing, she's gonna set herself up so she's behind the kettlebell just the way she is here. She's going to use her hands to find her hip hinge and hip hinge over just like she did with her deadlift earlier in the strength segment. She'll reach over for that kettlebell. She's gonna start with the kettlebell on the floor. And go ahead and give me neutral spine here before you go ahead. There you go. Now go ahead and place the bell on the ground with that neutral spine. Good. All right, so now from here for 20 seconds, she's gonna go through her kettlebell swing. She's gonna actively swing that bell back with her hands and then stand all the way up. Go ahead, stand all the way up. There you go. Yep. And all the way up, good. And you wanna actively swing that bell back with your arms, Kristina, good. And then using her hips to bring that power forward. So she's coming forward and up like a vertical jump, but she's not jumping from the ground. This is working the posterior chain, the glutes, the hamstrings. Good, so she'll do this for 20 seconds. Let's just get 3 more here, Kristina. Good, and notice how she's bringing the bell about chest to shoulder height. Good, last one. And on the last one, give it that back swing and then place it down safely on the ground. Good, so our box jumps help to build that power in our quads, and then here, this is helping to build the power in Kristina's glutes and her hamstrings. So we're working the lower body as a complete unit. So next, I'm gonna have Kristina, after her 20 seconds rest, I'm gonna have her move on to the suspension trainer, and she's going to work some single leg explosive training. She's going to work alternating single leg squats, and she's going to jump every time. So she'll squat down, jump up, and alternate. So coming down into that single leg squat, and then explode up, and then switch legs, good. Working that single leg explosive strength. Good, nice job. So she'll be doing this for 20 seconds. And as I mentioned before, if you don't have a suspension trainer, you can use rings if you have rings at home, or any suspension trainer that you have. Good, let's just get a few more on each leg, Kristina. Good, awesome. Now, after you work through the single leg squats with the suspension trainer, say you've been doing it a few weeks and they're becoming easy, very manageable. One of the things that you can do, one of the options, is to add an unstable surface. If you've ever seen Power Track, it's on an unstable surface. So it helps to train that unstable surface. So a BOSU is a good example of how you could train that unstable surface. So this would be a way to progress that movement, to make it a little bit harder. So I'm gonna have Kristina demonstrate these alternating single leg jumps on the BOSU. And notice how she lands with control each time. She's not trying to rush through the movement. She's taking care with each jump. So she's just training her body how to manage that jump on that unstable surface. Good. We'll just get a few more here. One more. Nice job. Awesome. Good. So the last movement that we have in this 4-exercise circuit are skater jumps. So I'm gonna have Kristina demonstrate the skater jumps here. Again, these are explosive. And she's gonna jump from side to side, just like a skater. Whenever you're ready, Kristina. Good, 20 seconds here, and exploding up and over, side to side. Yes, there you go. Yep, just like that. Nice work. Awesome. So she's building that lateral movement in an explosive pattern, taking those lateral lunges to the next level. Good. And again, after this gets easy, just get one more on each side here. So say you work through the skaters for a few weeks, maybe 4 to 6 weeks, and it becomes very manageable, and you feel like you're ready to take it to an unstable surface. That would be another exercise that you can take to an unstable surface. Kristina's gonna now demonstrate how to take those lateral skaters to the Bosu. So go ahead and start on the Bosu, Kristina, and then from here, she's just gonna work one side at a time. She's gonna come off the Bosu and then jump on. Yep, there you go. And as she comes on, she has to stabilize on that unstable surface every time she jumps on there. So this is an option for you if you have a Bosu at home or some unstable surface that you can work with for your skaters. Awesome. Nice job, Kristina. Good. Now, once that 20 seconds work, 20 seconds rest becomes really manageable, then you can progress that to 30 seconds of work and then cut that rest time down to 15 seconds. So then that way, with the Power Track, not only does it help you to train the explosive movements that you need for the Power Track, but it also helps you to learn how to keep generating that power and keep going even when you get tired. Because I imagine you must get tired. You have to just keep going through it, right, Kristina? Yes, it's tough.
Thank you for joining us for today's workout. Now you have the tools to build both the strength and the power for Power Track. Right, Kristina?
Yes, I really enjoyed the workout. I have to go. I have a show.
I guess she's gotta go. Thank you again for joining us. We'll see you next episode on Cirque It Out.
We hope you learned something from this video. Even if you're not performing at Kristina's level, it will help you be the best you can be. Don't forget to get active with Cirque du Soleil on our next episode and check back in for more.